Welcome to Journey Now, a podcast about following Jesus that takes on serious issues without ever taking itself too seriously. Each week, the pastors, staff, and friends of Journey Church in Brentwood, Tennessee gather to catch up, share life together, and laugh a little. Okay, a lot. Maybe too much. But along the way, they also explore what it really means to bring heaven to earth, share Jesus' hospitality, and live cross-shaped lives. Part babble, part Bible, and occasionally even thoughtful and entertaining. This is Journey Now.
I went with subdued.
Yeah. I think you look
I look
horrible.
subdued.
Yeah.
There it is.
I don't even know.
No, that's lost puppy look.
Okay.
That's a different look.
Are we ready?
What are we doing?
Yeah,
are we talking? No? Yes?
Welcome back to the
Okay.
Journey Now podcast.
Here we are.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Not that you ever left. We did. How are you, Tim?
I'm great. I get it on this side. So one of the bald dudes. I mean, we're kind of
the bookends.
the total bookends.
Yeah.
Like,
And-
gorgeous.
Yes.
Bookends.
Yes. And Susie's wearing a hat today.
I am.
Threw me
I was
off.
Like, who's this college girl
Yes.
next to us?
Totally.
You know,
She's
Totally.
a
Thrilled that you
seminary.
want to wash her hair.
Seminary girl.
Is that what it is?
Seminary
Yeah,
girl.
I mean, I'm gonna go to a workout class this afternoon, so I
Okay,
figured
hold on. Let's talk about this.
Yes. Do
I
they
don't
all
want to
mommy
shower,
boost?
wash my hair.
Okay, hold on. What kind of workout?
Yeah.
What kind of workout? We talking
Well, okay, we can talk about this because
Okay.
it's a little traumatic.
Okay.
Because I
Oh.
went for the first time last week, and they offer this class on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I went last Tuesday, and there was no way in HE double hockey sticks I was gonna make it on
Sorry, Seth.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Okay, so
called.
what
Are you
happened?
ready for this?
I'm
we're
so
ready.
Oh,
ready.
this
Yep.
is-
We're all sitting
I'm
down.
more ready than you
I'm
can
just. This
possibly
is a
imagine.
softball to you right
Okay.
now. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
It's called body pump.
I don't think I could have written that better.
And you went down a list of classes and you went, that's the one
That's
for
the
me.
one.
I'm going to body pump.
It is it's a barbell class.
I try to have that
So-
class every night, but I haven't had that class
It's not that
in
kind
a
of
while.
class. It's not that kind of class.
Yeah.
Hillary, you want to go to a
Yeah.
little body
No.
pump class?
This is a class on.
Yeah.
It's
Sorry,
a
Seth.
weightlifting class.
All right.
Okay.
It's a lifting class?
Yes.
Whoops.
Body pump. Okay, here we go.
I'm right here.
Yeah,
You're the one leading it. You're leading it.
Yeah.
You do.
way to
The minute-
witness.
the minute
I
you said
prepared you that it was a softball because I know
You
you know
did.
enough to
You
know where
threw that
you're
one
going.
right
Yeah.
up there.
Okay, so body pump. All right,
Yeah.
so last Tuesday we went to
there's-
body pump.
Yeah.
There's a barbell,
Yeah.
and then
Yes,
you
of course.
choose your weights.
Yeah,
Like,
yep, that's always the great
anywhere
part.
from like 2.5 to, and
Yeah.
then you can keep stacking them on.
Okay, where'd you start? Suze?
5
Okay, 5 pounds.
on
And-
each side, so really 10.
Yeah, 10 plus the bar.
Bar plus the bar.
Plus the
Gosh,
Bars
yeah.
are heavy.
Do you know how many more people
They
are?
are.
I mean, Brad might even jump into body pump after this.
I would simply say there is no greater advertisement than
Yeah.
what we're doing
Would you
right
like
now.
me to read the description to you?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
Let me just,
Here we go.
Let me just.
Yep.
See, I knew
So are
if
you
I
doing
brought this
aerobics?
up,
Are you
I
doing
knew
aerobics
if
as
I brought
part
this
of that?
up.
Actually-
No. There's no aerobics, but your heart rate definitely goes up because
Yeah, I mean, trust
so
me.
It's
They say it's the best form of.
it's a lot of
Exercise.
reps. Like you do
Yeah.
800 to 1,000 reps
That's what I'm
in the
talking about.
class.
That's
You got it.
awesome. That is not a young man's game, is what I'm trying to say.
It's the original
young-
barbell
that is
class,
a young
and there's a
man's game.
TM like it's trademarked.
Yeah, barbell class. Yep.
Gets you lean, toned, and fit fast.
Ooh.
Using light to moderate weights with lots of reps, you'll get a total body workout. Wow. So
Yeah.
I need to tell Hillary about
anyway, I went last Tuesday and I could barely move on Wednesday.
Okay, did you
And Thursday
you
was
started
worse.
with the five.
Like I mean, I was pounding the Aleve.
this. This
last
keeps
week.
getting worse. There are no words that you can say that are helpful, and every word that you can say that would hurt, you're actually using. Continue.
Yeah. I'm great. I'm here with a straight
Wow.
face. So there was
Did
lots of
Steve
Aleve.
was Steve?
Steve was not in the class with
Oh.
me.
Okay. Well, how
It was all women except for one guy was in there, which
Okay.
So it wasn't
fine.
all women.
Just stop.
One guy. Oh boy. You
Yeah.
want to describe him just for the record?
I mean, I thought he was coming in to fix the
All right.
Oh my gosh.
No way this is making it on, but if it does, you guys all just got a great blessing.
We lost Kev. Kev is out. Okay. Good for you.
Yeah.
Well
thanks.
done. Well done.
Wow.
Yeah, I played pickleball for a couple hours yesterday with Tim Timmons is back and
Slowly back.
But
So what's happened? What's changed?
My heart.
yeah. Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
your arm not hurt anymore?
Not as much.
Okay.
But I mean, this yesterday,
It's glorious.
old guys, unks, if you will,
Yeah.
unks left calf gave him some
Yeah.
issues.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling it today.
There may have been some on court stretching.
Yeah, I was on my
taking
back. Let's
place.
just say I was on my back with my leg up, and Mike was
stretching.
stretching, kind of like body pump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was us. Kevin, how about you? Did you play pickleball today?
I did.
Nice. Tell us about it.
It was, I got to play with Richard.
Yeah, we know. Yep, Richard's amazing.
I found out all kinds of things today
yeah?
because
Oh,
I had a meeting early in the morning
yes, you did.
and I didn't know how long a meeting would take. So
Okay.
I got to.
Are you saying a meeting?
Okay.
He
I
had
thought
a
you
meeting
said a
this morning.
meeting.
Yeah, I
for a
just- I
second.
keep-
I was like,
with a human, another human
I
at
just
a
didn't hear.
coffee
I
shop.
didn't hear T. Continue.
Okay. So I didn't know what time I would get there. So I didn't know
Yeah.
if I get there late, early.
Yeah,
Well, I ended
yeah.
up getting there early.
yeah.
And
A lot
I
of details.
got a chance. Well,
No, I want to
part of the deal
What
was
time did you arrive?
I got a chance to talk to these people instead of just
Right.
These
right.
people.
Instead of,
These
instead
people.
of beating
This
them
is
up.
the way the pastor
Leonard.
refers, the shepherd refers to
Yeah.
the flock.
The flock. These
These
people.
the people.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yep.
And
Leonard was there.
Leonard and Alan and Richard. Those were the four.
Okay, that's a great
And
foursome.
me. Right.
Yeah.
Those are the unks.
Those are some OGs
sure.
right there.
Yeah.
Well,
Those
anyway.
are some OGs.
I found out
Yep.
that Richard is from Minnesota,
He is.
and he goes up there all the time,
He does.
and we have a lot in common.
You do.
We do. So that was kind of a fun conversation while
that.
we didn't lose
Look at
all
Kevin
morning.
making
We didn't lose
friends.
all morning. The two
Yeah.
of us played.
Well, Richard didn't.
Right.
And Kevin helped.
Right.
Yes. It's like when Seth and I mow the yard
Yeah.
together.
Yeah. Right. Yes. You. Right. Right.
Yes. Anyway, no, I am kidding. Richard's so good though. He's such a great guy. So he's one of
That's
the
fun.
coolest
good time.
dudes out
I
there.
love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we all exercise is the point I'm making.
Oh.
We're all fit.
Yeah.
We're all in shape. Round is a shape.
Yes.
And but
Yeah.
today Suzie, she takes it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
went
takes
up.
it.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yep.
so at 5:15.
4:15.
No, I'll finish the question.
Okay.
At
sorry.
5:15.
At 5:15, you leave, and then come home,
Mm-hmm.
and then what happens?
Then I'm gonna start.
Supplements.
No, I'm gonna have a little protein snack because you have to have protein
Yep.
afterwards.
There it is.
30 minutes.
There it
Let's
is.
go.
Yep.
For 30 minutes. Yeah.
And
30.
then I'm
Why? What's that
gonna
matter?
clean up and make dinner for Daniel and Gabby Jones.
Oh man.
Good seeing them this weekend.
Oh,
Oh.
Suzie.
Now I get the tenderness.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Well,
No, there was tenderness.
you led with body pump, so
Guys, this
Yeah.
is a softball.
yeah.
Let me tell you. You even said, "Do you want to know the name of the class?"
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
initiated
But
that.
yeah.
Maybe. I
Wise.
don't know.
Yeah, I think that's true.
But yeah, they're coming over for dinner, which I'm excited about.
Cool.
And that's
Great.
about
What
it.
time?
6.
What's on the menu? I just have
teriyaki chicken bowls.
Okay. Let's just be really clear here. If you ever get an invite to Susie's house, you say yes for many reasons.
Yeah.
But one of them is she is quite the exquisite
Aw.
the cook.
See.
And especially after she's bulked up a
Oh
little
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
bit. She's tossing a salad
Yeah.
and saying, "Oh, what time is it
Yeah.
over
Pretty
here?"
soon I'm going to have those Michelle Obama arms, and
Oh,
you're not
yeah.
even going to know.
We're gonna know.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means, and I'm scared.
I got you. I got
No,
you.
Michelle
Michelle
Obama is
has
known for
the
her
best
arms.
Oh,
She does.
Okay.
Yeah.
She does.
Good to
I
know.
affirm that. Speaking of arms,
Best arms.
Kevin's got him covered today. And
Long sleeves.
Yep, long.
But he did some heavy lifting on Sunday.
True. I
Some
set
body
the chairs.
pumping.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of chairs.
A lot of chairs.
Yep.
And
Yep.
yeah.
I spoke on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He spoke from the heart, which for Kevin is heavy lifting.
Heavy lifting. See. So, I thought two of the questions that came to mind, one of them you prompted the other day.
Well, give a little synopsis of
a little synopsis.
what you talked about. Because
okay.
it was really good.
One of the common questions that we get every week throughout, since we've been doing questions, has been, so now what do we do? So what do we do with whatever it was? I learned something new today. What do I do now? And it comes in two different forms. It comes in usually a form of what should I go do for somebody else? And then it comes in another form of what would God have me do? So there's a couple of different versions of that throughout the last couple of years. And so I thought, okay, I kind of wrestled this to the ground over the last 5 years. I'll give them some lessons along the way and see if that rings true for any of them in terms of just how to navigate, okay,
These people.
Yeah. Yep. As opposed to those people.
Right.
These are better than
Yeah.
those.
Yeah.
But anyway, all that to say, it was 5 lessons that I had learned, and one of them was like seek counsel, wise counsel, and anyway, long story short, what it prompted was a question that I thought I wanted to talk about when you said it to me yesterday. That you talked to somebody afterwards, and they kind of said it made me feel like I had a list of things to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was trying hard not to make it a list of things that you do.
But also, just to qualify, that person said that knowing that they were coming out of their own story.
Sure, right.
It's
Because
tough to
I saw
answer
it
the
more-
question, what should I do, without a list of things to do.
Right. But where I was trying to take people was, okay, to sort this out, you kind of need to seek counsel. You need to pray about it. You need to do some self-assessment. Those are things to do, but with the intent of this is how we should be as people.
It's more of a list of ways to be.
Mm-hmm.
But the person that said that has come out of a very extremely legalistic environment where, there was a lot of emphasis on works. And so it was hard for this person to not receive it as like another list of things that they had to measure up in. But, they were very much, they acknowledged that that's part of their story.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And it boils down to kind of this disposition we have towards God, towards others. Mm-hmm. And I've been mulling around or swimming around or doing my devotions a lot lately in the book of Ecclesiastes, which is, if you're depressed or discouraged, don't go there. But because he kind of articulates hopelessness through the idea of meaninglessness. And he goes, if you read Ecclesiastes, this is the richest man, the wisest man that ever lived. He could do whatever he wanted, when he wanted. And he goes through the exercise of doing that. And he talks about, he gets to the end of it and he goes, this is just meaningless. Everything is meaningless. And so if you sit in that, and I think Solomon lost sight of why we exist. He lost sight of the importance of people. I think he also lost sight of the importance of God. And in the midst of that, all the experiences he had, he got to the end of it and he said, it doesn't mean anything. It just doesn't mean anything.
The thing he thought would fill him up did not,
Right.
in fact, do that.
Right. And in essence, left him hollow.
Yeah.
It left him in a place of despair. And so he gets to the end and he says, and I use this verse, and he goes, at the end, it is the human's responsibility to love God and keep his commandments. And so we went to, so what does Jesus say the commandments are? Love God and love people. And so if you move out of that place where you are so interested in filling the hole in your soul by yourself, you're never going to get there. You're never going to find a solution in the world around you or in the exercise of just doing stuff, because it's meaningless unless it expresses in some form or fashion love of God and love of people. That was the attempt. That was where I was trying to take people. And at the end of the message, I had them all stand up and I read Romans 12.
Yeah, that was powerful. All over.
Through the lens of, this is one of the most theologically rich books you're going to ever read. And you're going to find some of the richest, deepest answers. If you study Romans from beginning to end, you're going to find your head hurting from the dripping knowledge of understanding of God. But he gets to that point in chapter 12 and he goes, therefore, this then is how you're supposed to live. This is what it looks like.
In view of God's mercy.
In view of God's mercy. And that's so rich. It is so rich. It is then the overflow. Solomon missed this. Solomon, if he would have just loved people and loved God, I think he would have been.
Well, he got it at the end.
He did. But he was on the struggle bus for most of his life. But that was, and so the hope was that when we concluded that message, you kind of go through this process, and one of the ones that most people struggle with was forgiveness. Forgiving yourself, forgiving other people, because it releases something in you. Because I described some of my bitterness towards things that have happened to me, and I was harboring in my soul, and it was eating my soul, and it would come out sideways periodically. It would come out in anger, or come out in sarcasm, come out in a bunch of different ways, and being able to then have somebody outside my sandbox say to me, I know you know what forgiveness is, but you haven't forgiven these people. And I went, they were right. But to have somebody say that to you versus just in your head going, I've forgiven them. And so I go through.
Or I should forgive them.
Right.
Yeah.
But you feel like you have.
Yeah.
And then you see them and you go, no, I got to do that again. And again, forgiveness isn't a once and done thing. It's a discipline that we have as Jesus followers, is that we forgive people. And I wish it was once and done. I wish I could just forgive them and just like, oh, everything's great. But it doesn't work that way. I have to, and it is rooted, all of this was rooted in how, for me, the church responded to things like COVID and different things along the way, so therefore I had to get a realistic view of the church, a realistic view of the world. And that's where my therapist, my counselor came and said, look, what's changed? What's really, really changed in your life? And he asked me, he goes, has the world changed? And I said, no, world's still jacked up, still crazy as it's always been. And then he said, well, has the church changed? And I had to admit it hasn't. And he said, so what's changed? I said, I just know more. I see more. I can see it more clearly. And I had actually been praying for that. I'd actually been praying for clarity. And I got clarity, and I didn't like the clarity. So that was
kind of like Solomon.
Yeah. And so I just had to come to grips with, oh, okay. I'm the one that knows more than I used to. It isn't like some intellectual. It's just the information was revealed to me.
So the 5 steps were answering what question?
What do I do now?
What do I do just in any season of life?
Yeah.
How do you discern?
How do you live into this?
Yeah.
Is really the question that is often asked.
I know, I've just been rambling all over the place. Sorry about that.
But those lessons were important because, like, self-assessment, for example, like, like for you, self-assessment was like you had said you had forgiven because you know it's the right thing to do. As a Christian, you should forgive. And so you think you did, you say you do, but your actions are otherwise. And so that self-assessment, and you're not harming anybody directly with your actions, but like one could tell by just experiencing
being around me
that you really have not forgiven.
Right.
And so like that self-assessment helps you with that so that you can free yourself up to practice hospitality in a better way, or that kind of thing. So
that makes sense.
I thought it was really good. Tell them what the there was somebody that came up to you after one of the gatherings.
One of the college students came up to me and he said, I don't know if he's still a college student or not, but came up and says, "It's really, really nice to have an old guy own his." That's what he said.
Sorry, Seth.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but that's. And I went, okay.
I actually had, and I saw that go down, but I had another group of college students say a similar thing, like, it's so good to see an older guy, but your father role, in this community, for them to see somebody still owning their stuff and working on things, and so that was.
It's kind of like, one of the things we've been talking about in light of, all of the things that we can be outraged about in the world right now. Like, instead of like spending so much energy trying to convince people to think the way you do, or to try to convince people that they're wrong and you're right, or whatever, like just dealing with that part of you that's outraged, and then just going and doing the good thing, and the serving and the showing hospitality and that kind of thing. Like, it's like you even said it at one point, like, go talk to people and love people, but don't try to argue with them.
Yeah.
And
you never win those arguments.
Yeah, like there's not really any point in that.
Right.
But you can live your life and people will see a difference, you know.
Yeah, at the end of that Romans passage, it says, if your enemy's thirsty, give him a drink of water.
Yeah.
Yeah. Romans 12 is the blueprint.
So we had a few questions, and one of the questions that was particularly moving was a couple in one of the gatherings. He spoke up, and he very emotionally asked the question, what do you do when you are having a hard time forgiving God? Because they had an experience as a couple that was really painful for them.
Heartbreaking, yeah.
And some time has passed, but they're really struggling with God's role in that. And knowing intellectually that he's good, and that he's not the one that did this thing, but like, how do you reconcile who God is supposed to be and how you feel towards him,
right,
when you really feel like you can't forgive him?
Yeah.
And I thought it was so brave that he spoke up, because he's not the only person in the room who could say that. He just is in a place where he feels very close to the truth of that. And so
I'm curious what Mike thinks about that. He's been quiet this morning, and
well, what did you say initially?
I meandered a lot around that one, because it was, you don't want to just say, and I ended up saying it was, well, God really doesn't do anything wrong to be forgiven. So there's a degree of recalibration that takes place when we apply blame to God for something that he didn't really do. And so forgiveness of God is more of us, I think, coming to grips with the reality of our, whatever we did. In this case, I'm not sure they did anything, but there is a need for us to realize our part in whatever, but also that we live in a fallen world, that bad things happen to good people. There are other wills and in the world that are at play. And then
it was good what you said, because they didn't do anything,
right?
But God, the way you said it, the way I heard it, was that God doesn't need to be forgiven because he didn't do anything wrong,
right?
And also that means he's not sitting there waiting for you to forgive him,
right?
That's something you're feeling, but that's not what God's position is,
right?
And also God can handle the fact that you're really angry and hurt, and that part of this is you sitting with someone who can sit with you in that anger and hurt and listen to you and not try to fix the situation, but kind of let those emotions breathe and hopefully draw you to a place where you can, find that intimacy with God again and that trust in him again, whatever it is that feels broken between you and him. But that it's not a problem to be immediately solved with a right answer.
No.
It's
Yeah.
It's, you know,
It takes some
Yeah.
time.
Doesn't most of this come down to what our belief about God is, though? At the base of it is like what I believe to be true about God, that he is in control or he's not in control. I mean, we've talked about this for so many years, but that always seems to be.
Yeah.
well, isn't that what Tozer said? What you believe about God determines what you believe about everything else, or something like
Well,
that.
whoever said it, they're
Yeah. I mean,
really
but
right.
that's what
Yeah.
it's true. Like,
Yeah.
you have to go back into that. And
So
that-
if God did this or God didn't do this, I mean, that's all a theological
yeah.
understanding.
So then in light of that, what's true now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And how do I fit this into that framework?
Mm-hmm.
And then it exposes I think it exposes our flaws in what we understand or how we have created God in an image that isn't probably quite right. When we apply blame to God for something he didn't do. That's hard.
Yeah. And it's interesting because he allowed it.
Sure.
I mean, he could have stopped it. And so, yeah, I mean, the outworking of his sovereignty and all that is crazy.
There's a mystery to it.
I'm knee deep in Lamentations, which is
That's not bad.
kind of the sequel
When you get neck
to-
deep,
Yes.
that's the problem.
The sequel to Jeremiah. And it's the blame cast upon Yahweh. It's this tension between, yes, we deserved it, but not this bad. Not this bad. No, truly. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
children are starving. Like,
Yeah.
I get Deuteronomy 28, Yahweh, but you are doing this to us. Like over, and I mean, it's so replete throughout and it's interesting, God doesn't talk at all in Lamentations. He doesn't defend, he doesn't explain. There's one speaker that speaks for him, and then there are two kind of glimpses of hope, but the vast majority is it's grievance. And so for this person to feel comfortable and safe speaking out publicly, that puts them in a long line of Christian lamenters that are enshrined in the text as people that regardless of what God did or didn't do, it feels like he did. And end of story.
Yeah, by not doing the other thing, he's
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, even if it's just allowing whatever to happen. You pray for someone's spouse and they die.
What's the difference between God allowing something to happen and God doing something?
Well, how deep do you want to go? I mean, do you want to stay with the
We
questioner?
got 9 minutes.
Well, let's stay with the questioner.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the thing that Jerusalem asks for in Lamentations over and over and over again is a sympathetic eyewitness. It's personified as Lady Zion, and she's begging passersby, would you comfort me? Would you see me? And then to God. And so part of the lament tradition about forgiving God, let's say, is the public speaking out in the presence of sympathetic eyewitnesses who can agree with the visceral, guttural cry of, you've failed me. You've done this to me.
meaning say that in what's that look like practically?
Well, like what we experienced with our friend on Sunday, right?
Exactly.
Like
So
him saying that out loud in front of a room full of sympathetic eyewitnesses that can just sit there and go, that's sucks.
yeah, the lament tradition suggests, and this is not just the biblical tradition, but it's all over world religions and grief counseling or whatever, is that the only way to come to grips with some of the reality of the things in our lives are to tell the story in the presence of sympathetic eyewitnesses, and their presence actually tells or changes the way we tell and experience the story. And so when God doesn't justify or explain, God doesn't condemn, he is silent except through the laments. I don't know. I think there's something really instructive about sitting in the presence of somebody like that without answers, without clarity, without anything, and going, yes. So, the fact that they felt comfortable doing that, to your point, Suze is
Huge.
That's it's its own, that's the answer to the question. You've just done it. How do I forgive God? By doing what you just did.
Yeah.
Announcing that I can't.
Yeah.
In the presence of sympathetic eyewitnesses in a
Yeah.
worship service. Come on. Like that's the shift.
Yeah.
That's the shift. So
Yeah. The other part of it is to realize, and this is where I get hung up in those moments. I get hung up in those moments to think that what's happening is really happening to me, and it happening to me for the reason that I can't understand.
yeah.
Rather
I
than
see what you mean, yeah.
rather than happening in such a way that God's present in it and God's using what's happening in ways that I cannot see as well. And so there is a movement within the souls of people back towards God in his presence in our tragedy, and that's where you meet up with God in forgiveness. That's where you meet up with, oh, there is something bigger here. And sometimes, and I've had people tell me this, and I've told people this, so there's a degree of, I don't know if it's true or not, but when it feels like it's all about me, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just not about me. Whatever happened, it felt like it was just happening to me. But there's some other thing at play that I cannot see. And then it comes down to, do I trust God with that? Do I trust that the God that I know, that I read about in the Bible, the Jesus that I know, is doing something that I cannot see? That always helped me. I don't know if it helps anybody else.
Yeah, that gets hard though, because when then it comes down to, well, he must be doing something, like I've got to find some good out of this.
No, that's not what I mean by that.
Okay.
That's not meant to be a platitude. Sometimes you walk away and you go, I just don't know.
Yeah,
but I'm
for
going to
sure.
trust God in that.
Yeah.
That's a faith piece, but it's also a hope piece.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I just that
Yeah,
that would
I
be
agree
the
with
other
you.
side
Yeah.
of that is
Like
The other side
Yeah,
of
like-
that is throwing out the Romans 8:28.
yeah,
That's
like
someone.
oh well, something. Well,
All
this
things work
person died.
together
I
for the
guess
good of those who love
somebody's
him.
going to come to Jesus because of this, and I can't.
nope. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't.
Sometimes
you
it just
can't.
sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Exactly. But once you start calling it out as, well, this is what God's going to do because of this.
Yeah.
You've moved into a place of then boxing in God to do what you said.
Yeah.
And you can't. You just can't. Sometimes you just don't know.
And may never know.
Right. And our need to know sometimes takes us to a place of, come on, this happened to me. I need to know.
Yeah.
Like, and then the relationship between us and God gets distant because he's not cooperating.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm pushing back on. I think that's what I hear mostly as people tell me their cancer journey or whatever they all,
Right.
so many people tell me their sorrow.
Yeah.
And that's what I hear mostly.
Right.
What's
Just just what we're talking about. Just he must either he must be doing something good, and and then they get to a place of like, I can't see it.
Yeah.
Or it's wanting to control, like you're saying.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
gets really dangerous.
You know, I walked through pancreatic cancer with a good friend, and we both knew where it was going. I mean, as we walked through it, well-meaning people, and I'm gonna give well-meaning people, came along and said, if you had enough faith, man, you'd be healed. It's that game. He gave this to you so that there could be a miracle, so that and we would talk. He would talk, and he wouldn't say anything. He would just say, hey, is this really, I don't have enough faith? Do you really think I don't have enough faith to be healed? And I would say, we had the conversation once a week because he was around people that were telling him all the time, if you just had enough faith, you'd be healed. And so we had to recalibrate. We had to talk about what it means to live in this world. We had to talk about the struggle that he was having, and how you go through this will be a clear overflow of your heart of how you see God in this. And so he, bless his heart, man, he fought it for 2 months, but a mountain of a man shriveled up into and to watch it happen, and then to hear these people say things to him like that just crushed his soul.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah. And I think you've helped me see that on what we believe. It's that Tozer line, but you've really helped me see that, like trying to figure this stuff out before some of these things happen, so that when things happen, I have a better view, maybe a more holistic view of God versus just a smaller view, because what will come out of my sorrow will be that smaller view of God.
Sure, right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's the pleading with God. I mean, it's the people in exile feeling like they've been abandoned by God, saying, where are you? And what in the world are you, and that's the feeling of, if you surround you with people that keep telling you, yeah, you've been abandoned by God, you're going to feel abandoned by God. Where's your faith? God hasn't moved. You've moved. Yeah, but I'm dying here, right? And the same thing with the Israelite people. They were dying in exile. And the answer to that question is much more complex than merely come on, where's your faith? The answer to that question resides in so many different things happening at the same time, but also being reassured that God is who he said he was. And there is a relational component that allows you to walk through extraordinarily difficult things with God. Yeah, desperate sometimes, sorrowful for sure, feeling all the feelings that go with it, and you can lament them all day long, which is great. Getting them out helps. But at the end of the day, your source of help and comfort is going to be God in the midst of that. It's when you kind of go, I'm going to stiff arm him because he's not doing what I want, that it creates this distance, and he no longer is your help. He's now become your enemy.
Damn.
Totally. Body pump that.
And so with that, on a positive note,
I'm pregnant.
How'd you know?
I thought you were.
Yeah. He's given us such a cool opportunity again to help people in such a loving way as an expression of the church, with this SNAP thing coming to a conclusion or not, that we actually get to help people.
Yeah.
And the expression of what it means to be the church gets to, and it's helped me. It's helped me see the church go, hey, we can help with this. Finally, we're acting like the church.
It's our role.
Yeah.
And so where can people do that, Suze?
One Gen Away.
I mean, do we have something on our website that's pointing people to that?
It's on our Instagram.
Okay. Great.
Yeah. We've identified, I mean, there's so many places, but the places kind of close to us where we
Second Harvest.
We know they're our friends. Second Harvest Food Bank, One Gen Away, Graceworks, and Dream Streets in Nashville.
Right. That'd be great.
Yeah. So
help them out.
Thanks, everybody.
Love your neighbor.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Journey Now. If for some bizarre reason you liked it, help us spread the word by leaving a review and sharing it on your socials. Journey Now is a production of Journey Church in Brentwood, Tennessee. Edwin Rivera III produces the show, and he fixes all the guests' slurping, gum chewing, coughing, and other annoying sounds. Randy Hansen provides technical assistance, even though he denies it. And Grant Opperman edits Journey Now and intervenes when necessary to tell the crew that you can't say that. Special shout out to dear listener Brad Erie and dear YouTube watcher Seth Erie. If there's anyone else who makes it through each week, we're so sorry, but thanks to you too.